Hello and welcome back to the channel, Cali Legends Media. Okay, I want to share a story, man. I was thinking about it today as I left my house and I drove up into my neighborhood, right? And I remember, I remember hearing this term when I was young that there was a spirit over our barrio, over Maravilla, that the spirit was very strong. You know what I mean? It was a spirit of addiction, you know. And it dawned on me just how real that was. One time when my mom went to go look at some houses up north, okay? And I think we were gone like about 2 weeks. And before we left, I was already preparing for that trip. I knew that I was gonna go through some changes. So I came all the way down. I was down to like about very little bit, okay? And what happened was, during the 2 weeks, I was able to get myself together, right? Yet, when we were coming back, as soon as we got close to the neighborhood, I started feeling some sort of way, you know? Not an excitement, but just a familiar feeling, you know? A familiar feeling that I always felt here in the neighborhood, right? So we started getting closer and I started getting sick, you know? Just only upset stomach, little bit of asco. And I'm like, man, I've been good all these days, it's been like 7 days that I've been like getting up, eating, having a good time. All on the trip back, I was fine until I got close to the neighborhood, right? Then all hell broke loose once I got here. And it was like I never left. That illness was so strong, that sickness was so strong that it was like I never left. Everything hit me. And I'll get into that in a couple of more seconds. I guess I'm not sure how it works, but from my understanding is YouTube does something the first 3 minutes of the video, and if you say certain things, they ban your video. Anyways, so what ended up we passed that mark. So anyways, what ended up happening was I got sick, and I picked up right where I left off, man. Doing what I was doing. I get busted about, I don't know, about 2 weeks later. I end up getting busted, and I get 18 months, right? So I'm in the county for 18 months. And that's plenty of time for anybody. Now, I understand the trip up north probably wasn't enough time. It was only 2 weeks. And although some people could actually do it in 2 weeks, I hear it takes longer, actually, for the body to completely come back and for your mind to clear up, on the thoughts that you'll be getting when you have that type of experience of addiction, So anyway, so I'm gone, right? I'm busted. The night before I get out, I'm gambling. I have like $40 and I'm gambling. I went down to like $3 and I was like, damn. I thought I was gonna come up, because I'd always win, And I go, you know what? We're gonna go completely broke out the gate, or with whatever I could win. I started kept betting, started winning. When I got my $40 back, I tapped out. It was already late in the morning. It was everybody was asleep and we're playing cards quietly. And so they call me for release, right? I'm getting out. I got a little bit of money in my pocket. I figure, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna eat good. It's gonna be nice to be clean. Excuse me. I was clean. I didn't do nothing while I was in the county. I was straight. And so I get released, and I can't remember anybody's number. So I start walking, and I'm thinking, man, if I catch a cab, I'm gonna spend my money. Now, in the back of my mind, subconsciously, I was hanging on to that money for something, But I was fooling myself, Anyways, I ended up walking, and there was this red Toyota truck. Remember, they used to have the Datsuns, Nissans, and Toyotas trucks, and like that little mini trucks. And there was a red one, and this was probably about 5 minutes away from the county jail that I seen it, and I started looking inside it. I get in it and I get it started. So now I'm driving home now, right? And I'm thinking, oh well, I could sell this on the truck, this, get a little bit of money going, right? And as soon as I seen the neighborhood, man, and I was coming up on it, that same feeling came over me, and I started getting a little Osco, and I'm like, what the fuck, I've been gone all this time, I've been fine, And so I get off, and right there in my neighborhood on Ford and Whittier, and I find somebody to buy some tools that were in the back of the truck, and somebody that wanted the battery when I took the battery out, right? So I have more money now, right? And then I see somebody that I used to not run with, but we used to do things together. We shared a cooker a few times. So as soon as I seen him, I wanted to call him over, and then so I'm already going through this struggle. If you're going through that, what's gonna happen. Eventually, what's gonna happen. And sure enough, I ended up at the Connect's house, and got a little bit of black and a little bit of white. Went to the spot. Same faces were there, a couple of new ones, and some that were there weren't there, but and it was, I was back in the mix again, after all that time going and getting clean and being, I was good, I was straight, But I remember that saying that there's a spirit that hangs over East Los Angeles, that spirit of addiction, And so many people through the years have lived through it and have experienced it, And I know a lot of people know what I'm talking about, For those of you that do, the dreams you have when you've been away a while from it, and you start having those dreams where like you're trying to get the money, then you finally get the money, and then you go and you pick up what you need, and then you're getting it ready, and something like unbelievable happens, like you're checking it, and then everything pours out the back, and it's all on the floor, and you're that feeling, that disappointment, that, oh man, how did that happen? What am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Some dumb shit always happens, or you're gonna do it and the point's gone, and then you look and then there's nothing in it, and you're like, what happened? Like the shit disappears all the time just before you're gonna get high. I don't know if anybody's gotten high in a dream, but I've never been able to get to that point because something always happens. You know what I'm saying? And it's just all part of that sickness. It's all part of the, I guess, the mental stuff. And I know, like young kids or youngsters that watch this, they're like, this old vato, tecato, hype, whatever, No, I'm not. I don't do that anymore. I could if I want, but I don't. And I don't want to, because that lifestyle, it didn't rob me, of anything, I gave so much to it. You know what I mean? And spent so much money. If I could get all the money back that I spent on that crap, uh, I could buy more than a house. You know, it's that ridiculous. You know, and I don't feel like that anymore. Like, I'm here in my neighborhood right now, and I don't feel it anymore. But I still see it, and I still see people going through it. You know what I mean? Um, I also see the other side. I see a lot of people that have walked away from that life and no longer live like that. You know, and I want to be on that team. You know what I'm saying? Because the other team, man, they're losing. They're losing big time. You know what I mean? So before I say, you know what I mean, again, I just want to say, be real careful, people, man, because it just takes one little slip up, and you could be right back in that filthy life in the snap of a finger, you know. So let's not let anything get to us that might persuade us to go that route, man. It's much better just kicking it and feeling good on the natch and enjoying life. You know what? Even if you're going through it and life's hard, you know, it's at least, you know, enjoy the good times, you know, and you just have to deal with the bad, because that's just life. But that stuff's not going to help anybody. All it does is take from people. Anyways, I wanted to say this this little story because all my life I experienced that spirit in the neighborhood, and I could go through all of the neighborhoods and everything, and I know people, and I know where everything's at, and a lot of places I could just pull up in Manda, you know, but I don't want it. I don't want it, and I'm done, you know. So I hope everybody, man, stay strong, because I know there's a few people that have lived that life. For those of you that haven't, congratulations, and don't ever think of it. Not for that or any other chemical. It's just a trap. And good luck to all you youngsters out there who are going to be tempted by your peers and stuff, man. Don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about. They haven't been through it. But listen to somebody who's been through. I've used so many things throughout my life, you know, so many different types of chemicals and herbs and shrooms and you name it. And it's all just a big lie, you know. It doesn't help you. It doesn't do anything to benefit you or your family or your health or your wealth. Those are the things that we got to work on and concentrate on. That being said, I just want to say God bless you. God bless your family. Stay strong, people. Stay free. And I hope to see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.